obviously around other risks online, and this one I think everybody is familiar with, about the young girl who committed suicide after a hoax was played on her by the parents of another friend. So I think the takeaway point on this, and Nancy will probably talk about it and did talk about it last night, is that kids who are at risk to begin with are going to be at risk, and in some cases more at risk, in these social spaces, and that's something people have to deal with in these new online social spaces. There are privacy controls in response to some of the concerns that the companies have set up, and again, research on this is conflicting. One study showed that 44% of kids used these controls, and others said that the majority did not, and that the default was for open access. Let's see quickly. Try to move forward here. I do want to make one point here, and I think it often gets overlooked, and that is the civic engagement potential of social networks and all digital media. There is an enormous capacity here and an enormous amount of opening for young people to be engaged in politics, in political activism, in community involvement, in all kinds of wonderful ways, and a lot of them are doing it. And there are many, many examples. And these social networks are important vehicles for that kind of expression, and that's also an important part of young people's development that we need to pay attention to. Quickly, I'll mention a study I did a couple of years ago. This is available online, called Youth as E-Citizens, where we did a mapping of the youth civic landscape online, finding hundreds and hundreds of very, very interesting sites, including, and this is the Youth Vote that I'll show. This is the other thing, Youth Vote, lots of youth vote initiatives using the internet to promote youth involvement. We've seen a rise in youth voting in the last couple of elections. We hope to again. To what extent the internet is playing a role, we don't know, but I think it can be an important factor. This group, I understand, is going to speak later today, Global Kids. Terrific group, wonderful work, another kind of social network in a nonprofit context, which I think we also have to look at. There are lots of ways nonprofits can use these tools. And then finally, and I don't have time to show this video, but I do want to mention that because of the nature of marketing in the new digital media environment, and because of the nature of social networks, they are a prime target for targeting, for behavioral targeting. Marketers refer to them as viral marketing on steroids. The targeting we can do is just phenomenal. If you think about everything, even if you set the privacy controls, they're not privacy controls that are kept away from marketers.